Well, kids, let's get to another fun-filled edition of the guessing game. In this case, Weird Modifier Guessing Game 105, where our mystery is pudding. Whoopsie daisy. Pudding, 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 by way of Pink Floyd. In order to ideally get, how can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Although the possibility of angling in by way of Amazing Pudding, a Pink Floyd fanzine / alternative title to the Adam Hard Mother album, it's possible that we'll bust in that way. Either way, we're close. We're on the. It's silly, actually, that the mystery is still alive. But they have not busted in the likeliest way, but they might be close to the alternative way, the Amazing Pudding route. And so we continue. And we're right where we belong. Weird Modifier Guessing Game, right where we belong 1 minute ago, in fact. 1 minute ago. We're the most recently posted thread at Book Crossing, and I have 4 messages waiting for me. Now, if one of these is pudding, that would be nice. It's been a long time. It's been nutty how we have somehow missed it. For all the lyrics that we've guessed from Another Brick in the Wall, part 2, not to have guessed pudding is pretty unreal. So let's see. We did get porridge. We got our first food term recently, and it did go well in percentage. Porridge. Pudding is it. Well, it's about time to get my personal favorite Pink Floyd song guessed. Let me see now. And probably maybe the favorite of. What do you think? I think this one is aging extremely well. Wish You Were Here is aging extremely well. I would think that the first pop choice would be Another Brick in the Wall, but maybe at a higher level of classic rock interest, you would take Wish You Were Here. And maybe more likely in 2015 than perhaps 1985 if the same lists were done. Of course, now I got to think what years Wish You Were Here. Pudding is the mystery. Let's see what we got. Trouble. Really? Most famous Trouble title I can think of is by Cat Stevens. Cat Stevens has a wonderful song called Trouble. Pudding is what we want, though. Pudding. Da da da. Well, The Witch. What's this? All kinds of stuff. Monster. What's all this about? Graveling's always writing stories. And, oh, geez, I didn't even hype this one. Point me at the sky, relics. I think that's it. That's 4 messages. Relics. Point me at the sky, relics. How does Miss Markey make those little squares? The Funny Farm controversy, we don't have pudding. And I'm not surprised anymore. They have abandoned, they have gotten tired of guessing Pink Floyd lyrics, Brick in the Wall lyrics. There's only 2 that they've missed, really, though. And those are from the pudding line. It's the only ones they've missed. And even that, they didn't exactly. But that's another story. But it was never guessed. Um, and so we trudge forward and we see what we got. And we really have no idea when things are going to do especially well. Or I don't, because I am not that hardcore a Pink Floyd fan and don't have a good feel for what the big scores are going to be when approaching from the amazing pudding angle, pursuing from the amazing pudding angle rather than from brick in the wall lyrics. Point me at the sky. And did I see the word relics? Is that really the word I saw? This is a guess from Miss Markey. The leading theory in these parts is that the whole dang team is under a mass psychosis, and they all think that pudding has already been guessed because Gravelink actually posted the famous pudding meat line below his guesses as of number 86, as of guess numbers 85 and 86. So he posted the pudding line, but did not convert it into any kind of guess. And the theory is that all the guessers have this in their head, this memory of the pudding meat line being covered, but not really realizing that that although it's been mentioned, it was not mentioned in the form of a guess. It was never mentioned in the form of a guess. And so they are mistaken that it's already on the board. Communication, Arnold Lane, says Gravelink. Arnold Lane. I kind of remember it looking like that. Okay. I have a little bit of a theory. I have several reasons to favor Miss Markey more than I usually favor her for a mystery. And one that I have not really gone over is that Miss Markey is the most prone to making repeats. Most prone to guessing without regard to what's on the list. So that could, if we have this mass psychosis thing going, that could help her out. If the others are operating under a belief that pudding has already been guessed because they saw it during this game, they didn't see it in the guess slots, but they saw it posted below the guess slot at one time. So everyone, we can have all these other people who do have a memory of seeing the word pudding in this game and who therefore are not guessing it. They say, no, I've seen it, I will not guess it. But Miss Markey is prone to guessing just whatever, regardless. Miss Markey is the one typically who guesses with the least knowledge of what the game has seen. And so she may not have any compunctions. She may not have the compunctions of going there and guessing pudding, or risking the repeat. Guessing pudding and risking the repeat, the others would stay away from. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. This game could go to the most repeat-prone player, the least conscientious about avoiding them. So Arnold Lane, did I spell that right? Apparently I did. The great thing now is a trip about putting certain guesses in quotes. Frances says, trouble and what do you want from me? And she capitalizes it. We'll find out. We'll see about that. What do you want from me? That's from Frances. And then Liberamata made things exciting. Guess within a minute of me laying my eyes on the fact that she guessed. It was 2 minutes by the time I brought up this page. Hammers and wish you were here. Hammers, wish you were here. Actually, you know what my new favorite Pink Floyd is? My new favorite is Another Brick in the Wall, Part 1. Just that hypnotic instrumental section. Waves crashing and such. I don't know. That's what it's been. That's what I've been into listening to lately. What we're going to do now is look for repeats. And there's other ways to determine if you made a repeat. You can actually check the list yourself. Or you can think vaguely that you've seen things before. and avoid words on that basis. Avoid guessing certain things because you think you've seen them before. Okay. No repeats in this round. We've got 8 guesses. No idea what we're in for. If there's any reason to believe in anything here, especially. But the converse is also so. I don't know to disbelieve everything because I just don't know about the sort of things that are going to connect well with amazing pudding. Amazing pudding means a couple different things. We can get it to it from the fanzine. We can get to it from the Atom Heart Mother Suite. And I really don't know the components of Atom Heart Mother. Don't really know the titles within Atom Heart Mother. And let me see now. So there's Pink Floyd Pudding. The 2 in combination is what we call mystery hits. 12,800. We're going to only copy the pudding part. There we go. 12,800. This is how I've been doing it ever since the modifier Pink Floyd was guessed back at guess number 74. I believe that's 8 of them. One way to check would be like that. Okay, good deal. Did I bring these down 8 as I should have? Yes, 238 guesses. And mystery hits. The 2 in combination. And let's see what we have. Point Me at the Sky is the first one that we're going to be dealing with. $4,560, and I really maybe should have done this first. United Kingdom single by the British band Pink Floyd. What's a United Kingdom signal mean? Why is that the way to describe it? 4,560 becomes 4,180. It's a rather high relationship to Pink Floyd, not unexpected. 4,180. And when we get 463, oh, that's nice. 463. Ha ha ha. 4180. We're in that's nice territory. It's not the nicest, but I believe that's going to be enough for the top 10 anyways. What do we have here? What's the amazing pudding? So what are the puddings? How can you have any? How can you have any? How can you have any? Amazing. Well, goodness, more amazing puddings apparently than the how can you have any's. Don't know what the deal is there. Oops, pudding and Pink Floyd. What's going on here? We must be playing with your host, Tommy Walker. Author, well, I don't know if we really... Author of Monstrous and inventor of the guessing game. And forward, folks. Let's do relics. Is it a lyric? Does it have a particular Pink Floyd meaning? And it's an album. Oh my goodness. Bunch of stuff. Bunch of old stuff. Oh, very early ones. Well, Pink Floyd, the stuff of Pink Floyd trivia, I think, is kind of a good way to go because the pudding line is kind of one of those obscure things for the fans. 20,200. And 539. What does that mean? Well, it's good, but not that great, I guess. Communication. Oh, but also as a well, as the name of an album, I guess you should get a capital. Communication. Common word. That's an awfully pretty picture, and I don't know why that's the symbol. That's the picture for communication. That's kind of bizarre to me. And Wikipedia chooses that? That's your communication thumbnail? Really? What in the world? How does that thumbnail say communication? The division bill, empty spaces, fill communication, themes of communication. It doesn't seem to mean anything. Communication theory, cybernetic. Communication of ideas, communication breakdown. Well, that's Zeppelin. Is it a word in something? 73,400 seems to be just a word. No law against having just a word, but geez. 1.03 thousand. That is a pretty decent number, I guess. 73,400 is kind of large in its own right. Arnold Lane. I'm going to go straight to Pink Floyd with this one. Since I thought of it, thought of the fact that I could do it, my goodness. Lyrics? Collecting clothes? What the hell? Had a strange hobby, collecting clothes, moonshine washing line, they soon find. Lyrics? A song called Arnold Lane? Oh, okay. It's actually a Pink Floyd song. Heavens to Betsy. Okay. 12,300. When the most relatable to the mystery, well, to the combination mystery, Pink Floyd putting together. 532, that's a nice number. That's a nice number. Huh. 41,900. It seems to be just about as nice a number as Funny Farm, doesn't it? Well, Funny Farm was just tiny. Is that really what I meant? Or did I more mean, what did I mean? Maybe I meant this one. Careful with that axe. Yeah, oh, look at that. Identical. Careful with that axe. And Arnold Lane are identical in hits. But Careful with that axe did better. And shares. Awful close, though. So now, Trouble. So I think of as a wonderful Cat Stevens. It makes me want to go to YouTube, in fact, and listen to Cat Stevens. But this particular Trouble goes with Pink Floyd somehow. Echoes with Trouble, Coldplay, Pink Floyd cover. Get in any trouble. We're trouble free. There doesn't seem to be, in spell trouble, there doesn't seem to be a particular trouble with meaning. Getting in trouble. Maybe it's Francis talking to me somehow. Expressing trouble over the game. 0.22. 0.22 million, 220,000. 2.22 thousand. Huh. That's a lot of twos. I don't think it's really something that I'm allowed to comment on. Or maybe I can't. Maybe I can comment on this. Like so, a one flip Yahtzee. That's a one flip Yahtzee right there. 5 straight twos. 2.22 thousand. And just to see that our eyes were seeing what they were seeing. Well, I guess it's possible for things to change when you go back to a previous page, or I think sometimes you get shown different numbers than you were shown before. And they don't want to cooperate with me for some reason. Or they don't like moving backwards, like a cat doesn't like her fur rubbed in reverse. Deeper Web is taking umbrage to me trying to go to a previous page. Yeah, in fact, whatever, right? Trouble Pink Floyd on its own, 0.225. Things do change. 2.21. Things changed again. But in the main, the figures are in the ballpark with each other. Okay, what do you want from me? I don't know. I want to solve. How about that? Just to solve, because then I get to eat ice cream and then I get to take 3 days off. What do you want from me? Question mark unnecessary. Adam Lambert. Well, how about Pink Floyd? What happens if you put Pink Floyd in there? It is a song by Pink Floyd, 1994. I guess it's the kind of title that can reasonably be used by different people and have unrelated lyrics and tunes. Common enough phrase. So it is a song by them. 8,250. 8,250. And 89. Not much. Hammers. Hammers. Why? We'll go straight to Pink Floyd this time. 16,500. $141. And then Wish You Were Here. Oh, well. 1.22 million. That's quite a lot. What happens when that is modified by Pink Floyd? This could be one of the biggest hitters. 0.355. 0.355. 0.355. 0.3. 1.48 thousand is actually not very much. And, okay, 1975. Well, it's an old one. But I just feel like it's aged especially well. I think it goes higher on the Pink Floyd lists than it used to. So, Rainy Sunday in Rome. Nice. Rainy Sunday. Oh, well. Trouble. Let's see if there's a quick interpret. This is first law. How does it kind of trying to determine if Frances had any particular deeper meaning in her guesses. If trouble refers to anything, if if she is asking the question, what do you want from me? Don't want any trouble. I don't want any trouble. Yeah, that's pretty good. Maybe. Well, but if trouble doesn't score especially well, why put it in a headline? We got to think this one over. I think no one's communication is really needs responding to. Graveling's just off doing his stories. So let's see if we've got any more. Nice time to see the mystery pudding. To see the word pudding being, oh, you know what? We never gets pudding after all, someone realizes. Okay. Nope. So, time to figure out everybody's percentage ranking. Where are we? J's. Yeah, Point Me at the Sky. May 9th. And Split, Dark Sarcasm and Thought Control. See, this is what you get for guessing things away from Another Brick in the Wall lyrics. Is you actually end up diluting the appearance of it. But just look at all the energy that's been required to do this diluting. You were getting high scores for Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 lyrics, just falling off the log. Here's one word from the song. Here's another word from the song, and they were all going way, way up high. And then once in a while, you're finding yourselves able to go just as high with other sorts of guesses. And you've been concentrating on these other sorts of guesses for so long that now the lists are not quite so dominated with the words that go with the more obvious, clearest pathway. So, where are we now? D, largest. Reflected in column A. Point Me at the Sky. Oh, wow. You know what? It's not really every guess that is scoring well at both ends. So I think we could have greater things for Point Me at the Sky to come. We got a 9th, we got an 8th. It's not that usual for a thing to do well, to be at that level in both percentages and traditionals. The bike sheds do it, I guess. But after that, Laddie does it. Well, but not everyone does. So let's see, 9N. Maybe differentials will be our best yet. The long slog of differentials coming up. requires a bunch of different sorts, a bunch of maneuvering. But I have all night, this night, to do it right. Some of these guesses do not do well from this batch. Point me out, this guy does go higher than it had gone. It looks like we've got Arnold Lane in 10th. Guesses pushing another brick of the wall lyrics out of the top spots. But oh my, the energy it has taken. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These then, I should be able to skinny them up and be left with 8 fattened overalls. Good deal. Does that truly represent the... It does. The end of one batch and the start of another. So from here, let us look at G. Gosh, wish you were here. It's horrible. Copy. Last chance before I commit to this batch. Commit to going to print with this batch and only these guesses. Okay. Where am I? Why am I? Okay, let's do traditionals. Rank them all by traditionals. Overall scores. Percentage rank times, or actually percentage times shares. Not that tough. That's these. I guess 6/8. 6/8 in the top half this time around. Here come the differentials. Here they come, the differentials. We're going to live a little bit dangerously and assume that there are no ties. And there aren't. And we won very clearly this time, right? 5-3 in pure guesses. The 44 total negative, outdone by both Point Me at the Sky and Arnold Lane single-handedly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Song titles that do poorly. Words on their own that do well. In particular, obscure songs that do especially well. songs for the hardcore fans, right? And which have particular that are very distinctly Pink Floyd. A Hallmark card can say "Wish You Were Here." Your spouse can say, "What do you want from me?" Or significant other. And significant other. Let's see now. So, diddly dee. There's that. It just goes on and on. An amazing miss. An amazing escape that this mystery has made from the jaws of Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 lyrics. From the jaws of being solved by that pathway, the mystery has made a miraculous escape and is careening towards 300 as we appear to switch gears towards away from how can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat to amazing pudding. So point me in the percentages, point me in trads, two different ones in differentials. Point me Arnold, point me Arnold relics, point me Arnold treble. Point me Arnold relics, communication. Uh-oh. What do you want, trouble? What do you want? Hammers. Trouble, what do you want? So percentages are an agreement. Wish you hammers trouble? Wish you hammers. What do you want? Slight difference. Percentage 10. What do we see now? Percentage 10. Geez, the essence of what we want. And we're going to do a big ol' thing. Oh, it was Miss Mark who gave us the big percentage score this time around. Okay. La la la. And over here. There they are, pointing at the sky. Cuts into the various lyrics. Though the bike sheds are not to be beaten. Copy. Which is good. You know, another brick of the wall. Not giving it up. Another Brick of the Wall Part 2, not giving it up. Percentage 10 still favors the bike sheds in both forms. Point me at the sky, though, splits dark sarcasm and thought control, which are certainly peas and carrots. At the sky, right? Yeah. Traditional 10. And as we go, we're going to fill in the columns, the necessary columns, in order to quickly search our special extra measures beyond the big three of percentages, traditionals, and differentials. So now, here's the top 10 in traditionals, which has bike sheds, and bike. 3 forms of bike in the top 10. But isn't this just sweet here? Look at that. Laddie, mother, animals, and kids. Sweet, sweet stuff. And porridge was number 16 in percentage. Here we go. Pink Floyd is out of the 10. Point me at the sky. Okay. And now we're going to do the differential 10. Oopsie daisy. AP smallest. Now here's a measure that's prone to ties. So as I look at here, I'm going to be this number line 14 is special significance because that's the 10th in the series. We want to find out if there is a tie for 10th. Yep, there are a couple 56s. Arnold Lane is also 56. So, well, yeah, we guess we knew that. We knew that Arnold Lane finished in 10th. We didn't realize it was a tie for 10th. It makes it actually land 11th on the list, but it's still an elite. Okay, so we take the elites down to 11 to get Arnold Lane in there. Point me at the sky and Arnold. You may think that Another Brick of the Wall Part 2 is traditional 10, differential 10, losing ground, but it helps to get that impression when you're guessing anything but lyrics from Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. After a while, you eventually find some good ones, especially because of the character of the amazing pudding usage. It is possible at times to go higher in percentage and various other categories. So, anyways, point me at the sky. Gets in there. Arnold Lane gets in there. And that's actually an 11 now. Okay. I don't really remember. Well, actually, BQ. We want to fill those out. We really should look at shares. Seems to me we had a good one in there somewhere. Probably not that good. A little better than 30th. 2-1. Yeah, Pink Floyd's really the first one you should be looking at. Something about, for some reason, they don't let me break ties for first the way I want to. Pink Floyd, Time, Rock, Song, Kids. As I look down in percentage in shares, I'm looking for upticks in percentage. That's how you find out, establish if there are qualified bests, where the qualified bests are. So from 13 we go to drugs and bike, nothing new there. To teacher, all old stuff. 18,000. Nothing else here, huh? Pigs, we know about that one. It's long term. Qualified best. Poem, was a little surprised when it happened. 1906, better than Adam Hart. And it's on the classroom. No changes there. Huge leaps from classroom to all in all. Careful with that axe. You knew about that. Arnold Lane, close but no cigar. Gerald Scarf represents or Scarfy represents a very large jump. Is this for real? Pointing at the sky is in? Well, it is. It did have the exceptional look, didn't it? 59,000 for Scarf. And yeah, Point Me at the Sky does better than Thought Control. Oh boy. Not better than Publius Enigma. But yes, Point Me at the Sky knocks out Thought Control. That is the story. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Point Me at the Sky. 59 for Scarf. Point Me at the Sky. Thought Control had formerly been in before this happened. Gone from the qualified bests. Point Me at the Sky. Okay, we're not going to hang around this that much longer. Point Me at the Sky knocks Thought Control off of the qualified bests. Oh, excuse me, it's not really what I meant to do. So they hold at 20. We keep getting transcendent bests. Copy. Oh my. Point Me at the Sky knocked out Thought Control. I kind of want to say like out of control somehow. So Thought Control's gone. And in its place, Point Me at the Sky. Careful with that axe, Eugene. suppose. It was the way we could lowercase these, the filler words. I never have looked up AX, the AX spelling, and I'm reminded that I have made a slight adjustment to school children. It's the kind of thing I should mention at some point. Oh dear. It's nice that the bike sheds are holding on. All in all classrooms, they're holding on. Kind of teacher being kids. Okay, well, pay no mind to the 2-1 before the 3-4. This is correct. So now that I have shares and percentage figured out, we shall be able to do the father and its son, which also reminds me of Cat Stevens. Newfangled overall scores and its son best worsts. Newfangled best worsts. I did BA earlier, traditionals. That means I can fill in the holes here, if there are holes. Maybe there weren't any holes. And with that filled out, BQ filled out, I can go like this and fill out all the holes for BZ or through BZ. What I'm doing now is sorting by largest BZ, which is going to tell us about who is tops in differentials. It's very, very tight race. There's a leap. Look at that. Okay. And with that in place, we can scoop for these measures. And so we have it. So what's going on in the various extras? What's going on in Newfangleds? Actually, what I want to do is for us to be dropped over here. Well, you could conceivably have a tie for 10th, which would put Arnold Lane in. But we have seen Arnold Lane at least that high before, so it's not that exciting that it might be close to Newfangled. Well, how are the best worsts doing? Poem. I think that's a new story. Best worst, Poem takes over? Really? There's no No new, well, 16th for the highest score, but I think it's a scoop that Poem is in first. That's a category that's seen a lot of movement. Poem pigs. Let's write a poem about pigs. Why not? Oh my goodness. No idea what to make of it. But it's a scoop. Typically, if a guest has never number one in anything, I will print Foolsies when it crests to the top. And that says do best worst Foolsies. Right there. So that's AZ. How's BC doing? Oh, fine, thank you very much. Pink Floyd first as usual. None of the fattened overalls in sight, however. How's BC Largest doing? I don't see decimals in any of these guesses. The champ is Uncle Custard. And I guess that it does not represent a change. BC to BS. There's a lot of garbage between those columns. But as far as the measures that we can use, we have one. Arnold Lane. Arnold Lane is in fourth place. Arnold Lane, which is like the equivalent of eighth. And I think that Arnold Lane, as far as we know, goes no higher than 10th. It's not in trads. It's not in percentage. So Arnold Lane makes diffs, but it makes qualified best. We don't need time anymore. We don't need time to be capitalized anymore. Let's see if I miss anything else of that nature. Something in caps that doesn't need to be capitalized any longer. So yes, it does represent an uptick. Differential 11. More evidence that we truly are playing to differential relativity. The fact that we got yet another elite in that category. After I think getting like 2 in there, the previous round. Let's see. Here we go. Boy, the sarcasms are right next to each other. What does that mean? You think it means something, but does it? What unifies these guesses? If nothing unifies them, that's certainly a sign that differential relativity is not actually to be paid attention to. Differential relativity 5. And we're going to go forwards to BT. Smallest will do us just fine here. Well, we have good old Point Me in 6th, but we got to 6th in diffs, right? Doesn't really represent a change. There's BU. Looks like essentially the same story. Point me at the sky. BW. Ooh, a fifth for Point Me at the Sky. I think that's his best yet. BX. Holding. BZ. Nothing that. Bird. Yeah, Bird's been in first before. Nothing fattened until you get to 18th. CC is the next one I'm going to be interested in. And that gets our big one to 6, which we've seen quite a few times before. Publius Enigma. I believe that's where, I believe it's the reigning champion in differential differentials. And then CE, good old Publius, good old new guy in 6th, and is that the other guy in 10th? Arnold Lane, we've seen that before. But I'm holding up 5 fingers here for a 5th place finish in traditional differentials. I don't believe we have Point Me at the Sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have it going that high. I wonder how many times in music history sky has been rhymed with high. But yes, traditional differential. Let's just bring that one up. Differential 11. And it occurs to me if there's a tie I don't know about, we might not be able to get it. We might not be able to get Point Me at the Sky appearing in 5th after all. So let us first do this preliminary step. And then, now we're going to look at BW, which is the combination of traditional ranks and differential ranks. No, we got it to 5th. By golly, we did. Here's the magic 10. The magic 10th place where we look for ties in the BW column. BW 38, 39, 40, no tie. We take it down to BP where the search-friendly quotes are. Okay. And here we have traditional differential 10 with bike sheds holding. Publius Enigma does not beat bike sheds. Oh, goodness. Point Me at the Sky, 5th place. And dark sarcasm and thought control are still peas and carrots. All in all, another lyrics that for all this effort to go another way, all in all, still holding in the Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 lyrics. The peas and carrots, dark sarcasm, thought control, and yes, you laddie behind the bike sheds. Stand still, laddie. Yes, you behind the bike sheds. Stand still, laddie. With some other things kind of poking through at times. So that is the complete journey through the extras. And things that can get better looks. All the measures that can showcase one thing or another better than anything else. And we have the story of poem going to first. Okay. Point Me at the Sky was a qualified best. Arnold Lane. I have decided that that is a. Did we decide for differentials as much as for percentages? Not sure. I am awarding at least one exclamation point for relativity champs. Point Me at the Sky goes to what? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5? It's in the 2 exclamation point zone. Arnold in the 1. 6 also goes into the 2 zone. Nothing that high there. Well, the trouble, what do you want from me stuff is cute, but boy, I have my Yahtzee. Where was my Yahtzee? Hits and shares. You know what? It's going to be under the guess, that one that had 2.222 hits. It's going to be under the guesser's power to establish that 222, and therefore they could potentially figure out the score themselves if I give them that riddle. So I'm not going to give them that riddle. Okay, trouble with communication. I would say there's been some communication trouble in this game. Greyflink could have communicated to the entire team of the existence of, or even just the posting the pudding line. Should have communicated to the entire team that there were lyrics beyond what they were finding. There were lyrics from Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 beyond what they were finding. There were spoken parts that not every listing of the lyrics recognizes. But nobody picked it up. And let me see. So, okay, Thought Control got transcended. The only one that went into the best was Point Me at the Sky. Do I dare say we don't need no thought control? I don't think I should remind them. It's like an invitation to revisit the lyrics. It's really up to them if they want to revisit the lyrics or not. PMATS. PMATS knocks out thought control. But surely we could say something cute here, can't we? I could say I don't want no trouble. Use the double negative, but that also kind of brings up breaking the wall lyrics. Was Trouble a good scorer? 236. Well, slightly in the half, top half. Traditionals likes it. Differentials likes it okay. Okay. And point me at the sky. That away. I feel very seriously, Poem has not been a champ. If it had been a champ somewhere, the proper thing is just to mention it in this headline somewhere. I'm pretty confident Poem has not been a champ until now, so it's okay to save mention of it for the next post. And as I scroll, it's always possible for someone to sneak in, and particularly to guess pudding while they're sneaking. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, let's just establish this. Control, find, Poem. Okay, there it is, sitting in the best. Where's the first one? Poem, down, Poem again, I guess. So there it is at the bottom of the defangled 11, in the middle of the qualified best, third in best worst 10, and that's where it makes the leap. 21st, it transcends over Adam Hart, which is pretty nice, but we're not getting excited about its various scores. It debuts in fourth best worst, and POEM, it certainly looks like a strange combination of letters from here. It's in the best, and there it is being guessed. So it's made a sharp climb. It does occur to me that I am not entitled to declare it a champ if it is merely in a tie for first. So I need to clarify that part. AP smallest, and now to AZ smallest. Does Poem still land on top? No, it's a tie. It's a tie. It's a tie. AZ Hi. Is this information that we need to share? Home ties pigs. P words. We're looking for another P word. That's its own thing. I've been seeing a proliferation of P words. And sometimes alliteration, onomatopoeias, sometimes it matters. PMATS knocks out thought control. Home catches pigs. And pigs is only a champ in the one category, so if you're paying attention, you know what it caught pigs in. And this is more poetic to me, anyways. And I'm afraid this is an edited tidbit. I don't think it's so critical, though, to... Oh, you know what? School children. School children. Do I just sneak it past them? No, it's just too obscure, it's too meaningless. Here we go. Oh. La 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 la. Don't have to publish Foolsies after all. Well, 2 minutes ago, but I'm in my rights. I'm in my rights. That Away was published at 4 minutes ago. Frances comes in at 2 minutes. She misses it. Was there really no Frances guess? Was she just laying on me? Well, yeah, there she is, Frances. So she has the right to guess after I post. And there she is, very hot on the heels of it. Adam Lambert and Queen. Oh, well, Adam Lambert is the other person with a song called What Do You Want From Me? Right? Or was it the point? I think it was What Do You Want From Me? They might be totally different songs. But What Do You Want From Me? Because it's 111th. Traditionals, it's 169th. Differentials is way down there. And that's driving you to guess the other person who does that song, if I'm understanding correctly. Anyhow, it's not my burden to chase. And Queen, particularly as a band name, we just had Freddie Mercury score way at the bottom of differentials, and I think established with some pretty incredible clarity that guessing bands is a horrible idea at this point. It was wonderful in Pursuit of Pink Floyd, but now that we've established the Pink Floyd part, bands do horribly in pursuit of the second aspect of the mystery. So no, we don't have to pursue Frances's at all. It is time to go like that, and actually like that. That's the way to do it. And to bring this up to see what we might see. Yeah, we'll keep that on our finger. It was a very, very minute change that Scrunching School Children did for us. I'll have to mention it at some point. This is Tommy Walker, and with a bit of an inkling to call this the Tommy Walker Show, as opposed to Monstrous Walker, my screen name. Goodness, I wonder if the Christian rock musician has a show. I don't think he does. I don't think he has that kind of an intentional YouTube presence. So the Tommy Walker Show, where we play the guessing game, and where you are, goodness, free to ogle my book. And like that, and I don't know what to say. Better to say nothing at all if you have nothing to say. That's called good manners.